facts, and I thought that was a really good idea. So we're gonna go ahead and do that today. Two things. First of all, my camera, it's not that it's not charged. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. I can't get it to record, so for now, we're just gonna have to make do with the webcam that I have. Thankfully, it doesn't look that bad because of the lighting, so we're gonna have to work with what we have. So I do apologize if the camera seems a little bit weird. With that comes the fact that every time I am editing, it like stutters in a weird way. The video, I'm not quite sure why. I'm gonna have to figure that out. So if you have seen that in the videos, I do apologize about that. Hopefully it happens by the time you're hopefully asleep. Second of all, my midterms are already done and they went well, so thank you guys for the good luck wishes that I got on my community posts. I appreciate that. I have been on a little bit of a gaming hiatus. Is that how you call? Is that how you say that? Hiatus. Hiatus. A break. I've always really liked games and stuff like that, and they have been an even bigger part of me now that I kind of just like stream and stuff. You know, I was watching a video the other day, and they were basically saying that if the only thing you do on your free time is game, then you are likely to get bored of it. And I was like, that makes sense. I think that's what it is. Every time I'm off, I basically just hop on and play a game instead of doing other things. So I've been drawing, attempting to draw. I got a digital art tablet like a very long time ago, and I barely use it. I do my own emotes sometimes if I can, but not all the time. And I've been just trying to do that instead of hopping onto a game, and I can definitely feel myself wanting to play games, so I'm gonna write it out and see how it goes. But when I saw that comment, I was like, this is perfect, because maybe some interesting video game facts are going to put me again. And like, you know, maybe talking about games makes me want to game again. I'm trying everything. Okay, so again, this is from facts.net. If you guys didn't watch my last video, it's the same page where we got our random facts. Yeah, I was just a little skeptical of the video of this website, you know, just because some of them didn't seem real. But you know, we just kind of go with the flow until we find something that we're kind of like, I don't really know if that's real, and then we basically look it up and it's a yes or a no. Okay, I'm sorry I ramble, but let's go ahead and get started. So the first fact is the Vectrex gaming console from 1984 was the first gaming console with a touch control. Actually, I don't know what a Vectrex gaming console is. I've never played on it, or maybe it has a different name in Spanish, but the first console that I remember playing on was my Super Nintendo. I remember very vividly asking my dad to send me a Nintendo DS. Bless his soul, he sent me a Super Nintendo. Maybe he got them mixed up, or he didn't really know what he was looking for, but you know, he did try to send it to me, and I loved it. I loved my Super Nintendo so much. It was a blast. Nintendo's Mario is the best-selling video game franchise of all time, with over 676 million in worldwide sales. The new Mario movie is coming out. Nintendo Wii in 2006 was the first motion control same as a 360, or was there one before? Because the first console, like Xbox, PS4 that I ever played was in 360, and I used to play Left 4 Dead. I love that game. I would sit there and spend hours just trying to beat it in regular difficulty and hard difficulty, and the hardest one that they have. Good times. The Sega Dreamcast from 1999 was the first online gaming console. Interesting. Which one's this one? Okay. The Game Boy was the first video game console played in space. What? For real? In 1993, Tetris was brought aboard a Soyuz TM-17 rocket to the Mir space station, where the Russian cosmonaut Alexander A. Serebrov played it. The game cartridge was later sold at an auction for $1,220. Who knows what's happened to it since, but you can grab the renewed version here. That is really cool. That's really cool. I didn't think that was possible. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate is the longest running game ever. The Monster Hunter franchise is notorious for its dedication to realism. Seriously, no boss menu. I've never played Monster Hunter. If you guys have played it, do you recommend it? And with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, you'll definitely feel like a hunter yourself with the time it takes to finish this game. You can try a hand at it if you'd like, but Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate takes a whooping average of 693 hours to finish. And that's just an average. Oh my god. Minecraft is the best selling video game so far. But Minecraft, no, you have to pay for it. I'm sorry, I was thinking that Minecraft was free. It's not. The Java version isn't. Marcus Alexei Person, more famously known as Notch, this action RPG. However, Benjamin, oh, I'm not gonna say Bearsley. That's like, I think that's his name, like his username. Quinn took bravery to the next level. He beat the game with nothing but a rock band guitar. It doesn't end there. He's also done runs with the rock band drum kit, rock band piano, Donkey Kong, bongo drum, microphone, voice control only, Wiimote, dance mat, steering wheel, and Xbox 360 pad. He programmed his alternative controls himself too. That's crazy. That is insane that someone was able to do that. The first esports tournament was held in the 70s. Oh my god. What is that mouse and keyboard? I don't know if you can see it, but old school. On October 19, 1972, the Laboratory for Artificial Intelligence at Stanford University organized the world's first esports tournament, the Intergalactic Space Olympics. However, no prize money was involved yet. The winner would only receive a subscription to Rolling Stones. Yay. Stuart Brand, a biology student, was the first one to win the Space Olympics, and he became the first esports champion. Good for you, Stu. The youngest professional gamer was 11 years old. There's kids, and every day they're getting younger. How is it that kids that are like half my age are able to be better than me at so many more things? Victor de Leon III, more widely known as Lil Poison. Yeah, of course. You guys know my boy Lil Poison. Was 11 years old when he signed an exclusive deal with Major League Gaming. You go, Lil Poison. Pokemon Red and Green were the best-selling Game Boy games, as they should. I've been looking for a Game Boy Advance SB just so that I can replay Leaf Green. My Game Boy got stolen, so I never got to finish the game, but when I would get on from school, I would just grab my Game Boy and grind, and I would get lost. Oh my god, so much. And there were parts where I could never figure out how to get out of it. Back in my day, in Nicaragua, we didn't really have, if you had internet and a computer, you were, doing pretty okay with money, so we didn't have that until later on. They had cyber places where you could go and rent out a computer, but I would use it to go on Facebook and stuff and get GTA hacks. But I never used it to figure out the Game Boy, the Pokemon thing. It wasn't in my mind back then. I could probably Google it now. Not back then. The first generation Pokemon games were the best-selling games for the Game Boy platform. As of March 9th, 2018, over 31.37 million copies have been sold. I'm assuming between the both of them. The earliest RPG on a console was released in 1982. Dragon Stomper for the Atari 2600 was one of the first ever RPGs. Although it didn't really get much acclaim, critics applauded it for its detailed depth and ingenuity. Dragon Stomper. Okay, never heard. belly. You know, like tomato. Studies have shown that playing Tetris can curb sex, drug, and food cravings. Maybe it's because the physical and visual representation of fixing things just to fit right gives us the illusion of having our stuff together. Or maybe it's something else. Nonetheless, it's proven that Tetris helps lessen impulsive behavior. Carnal desires, no more. Is that true? Then maybe more people out there need to play Tetris. The fucking Silent Hill wasn't entirely a design choice. At first, it was actually sort of a compromise. The original Silent Hill video game had fog covering the town because of hardware limitations. Whether it's clever or a cop-out, the ambient fog in the early Silent Hill surroundings was actually for lesser rendering. Nevertheless, the fog quickly became a trademark to the eerie atmosphere of Silent Hill. And it says after that, to spook to play the game, try reading it. No. A man reached level 90 in World of Warcraft without leaving the starting zone ever. The player double agent spent 173.5 days mining and picking herbs for XP. Technically, he was stuck in the Wandering Isles for life. He couldn't even play PvP since you'd need to have a faction for that. You know, I mean, I like applaud these people, but like also, how do you come up with these things, and also how much time do you have? I mean, you come after work and then like you just sit there and just play forever, doing the same thing over and over and over again. Read also, how tall is Caillou? There is a hiding spot in Pac-Man where you can be safe. What? Once you find this location, you can sit safely for as long as you want. No way. That's crazy. That's cheating. Pac-Man was supposed to be called Puckman. Pac-Man was supposed to be called Puckman. His resemblance to a hockey puck. A puck. However, game devs were concerned that vandals could deface the name, and particularly scandals. However, game devs were concerned that vandals could deface the name in a particularly scandalous way. As such, Puckman was changed to Pac-Man. Vandals, by the way. Billy Mitchell was the first person to perfect Pac-Man in 1999. Before he finished the game, Pac-Man creators and designers weren't even sure what would happen since the game was designed to run infinitely. Because of this, the game devs and designers branded Mitchell as the video game player of the century. Nice. The devs were like, we don't even know, man. Just, I mean, I guess do your thing, but I can't promise you that it won't explode. The first console to have games available in cartridges was the Fairchild Channel F console, introduced in August 1976. Look at that. What is that? That looks like a phone. The Fairchild Channel F, which was short for Channel Fun, was the first ROM cartridge-based video game console and the first console to use a microprocessor. Wow. In 1976, and there are still games that have bugs. Buggy games today with this technology first successful 3D game was Battlezone. Released by Atari in 1981, Battlezone was the first successful 3D game. The arcade game received an honorable mention at the 3rd Annual Arcade Awards, 1982, for Best Commercial Arcade Games. It followed Pac-Man as the second best arcade game of its time. Nice. A video game was used by the U.S. military to largest arcade machine ever built is over 14 feet high and 6 feet wide. Wow. Jason Camberes of the U.S. secured a Guinness World Record for the largest arcade machine. With his Arcade Deluxe cabinet, his machine could play a variety of arcade games, including the most iconic arcade game is Pac-Man. The record was verified in Bennettsville, Illinois on March 23, 2014. The video game economy suffered a great depression of its own. The video game crash of 1983, the video game crash, oh my lord, also known as the Atari shock in Japan, was a large-scale 2-year crash of the video game industry. Whoa. Too many consoles were springing up at the time, which saturated the market. The rise of personal computers also caused a shift to buying PCs than consoles, so to buying more PCs than consoles. Overall, the gaming market suffered an almost 97% drop. But in 1985 saw the start of the second generation video game consoles, which revived the video game market. Do you guys like consoles or PCs? Are you a console or a PC player? I like PCs because if you have a decent one, then you can play a lot of games if you just plug in like an Xbox controller, but I am assuming it's not the same feeling. I would rather play, some games on the PC and some on console, but I don't own a console, I only own a PC. So, but if they gave me the option to be like, hey, do you want this PC or a console, I would always take the PC because mouse and keyboard is supreme for the games that I play. Sonic the Hedgehog was almost an armadillo. The original concept for Sonic was simply to serve as a foil for Sega's then biggest competitor, Nintendo, and their plumber Buster Boy. However, before settling on the iconic hedgehog, Sega experimented with other species, including the armadillo, porcupine, dog, and an old guy with a mustache. Which, all kind of make the franchise still, but only as secondary characters or antagonists. Who is the dog? What the? Star Fox is pretty dark too. Notice how Star Fox fleet has matching boots. Those are actually prosthetics fixed to them after having their legs cut off. The snuff theory was first explained as a measure for zero gravity resistance, but Nintendo was quick to refute the claim. The Star Fox crew, in fact, cut their legs off for optimal running speed, because that's so much better. That is hilarious. Okay, they also have another section here, but these are just interesting facts, but they have quick facts. So, it just kind of explains the first one what a game is. There are about 1,181,019 existing video games as of 2019. That number is only going to increase. I hope Antonio is taking note and grabbing all of them. 960 gaming consoles have been released since the first generation home video game consoles. 960 So these ones are popular video game facts. Cool. The first one, Batman Arkham Asylum was almost rhythmic and in 2D. The famous Dark Knight was almost going to see a 2D release in a rhythmic fashion. The developers and designers created Batman Arkham Asylum as a rhythmic action game during its earliest production. The second prototype focused on creating it in a 2D fighting sequence. They dodged a bullet there, didn't they? Probably. People would have not been happy about that. Super Mario characters got their names from famous musicians. If you were observant and like few other players, you would notice the pattern in Iggy, Ludwig, and Lemmy's names. Yes, most of the Goobelings in Super Mario got their names from famous musicians. Also, the fact you may never suspect is that the fire-breathing Triceratops Reznor in Super Mario got named after Trent Reznor from 9-Inch Nails. That's cool. E.T. the Extraterrestrial by Atari was the worst game ever. In 1982, Atari made a huge mistake by releasing an entry titled E.T. the Extraterrestrial. The game was so bad that it's widely considered the worst video game of all time. Urban legend has it that the company had to bury unsold copies of the game into desert. This myth turned out to be true when a documentary crew dug them up. But that's a whole other story. That is a cool story if you ask me. If we have time, we might need to take a look into that. Assassin's Creed was a Prince of Persia spin-off. The famous Assassin's Creed series from Ubisoft was initially a spin-off of the Prince of Persia. Furthermore, during its early design and thought, the game developers initially referred to it as Prince of Persia Assassins. Originally, the story centered on a female assassin tasked with protecting Jerusalem's prince. However, Ubisoft turned the offer down as the story didn't focus more on the prince. Sonic the Hedgehog got his name from a comic book. The idea of Sonic being super fast came from the gamma protein in humans that separates the right and left brain. What? However, the games didn't get inspiration from the Sonic the Hedgehog gene, but a comic book series. Final Fantasy VII was previously exclusive to Nintendo. The famous Final Fantasy VII was initially among its predecessors as being exclusive to Nintendo. However, it was the first Squaresoft Final Fantasy series that came to PlayStation. The reason for this change was due to the limited storage capacity for cartridges used by Nintendo. So it wasn't even like voluntary, it was something they just couldn't even, I guess, get around. Space Invaders started the famous enemy waves gaming idea. The idea of some more aliens getting killed the faster they come out started as a fluke and hardware malfunction while playing Space Invaders. Although it is one of the bedrock of Sees Obama vote for change campaign sign. That's funny. A comedic cameo featured in Halo 4. I've played Halo before too. Comedians Andy Richard and Conan O'Brien recorded brief comedic audio for about 343 industries. Furthermore, the duo did a spoof set for dock workers aboard a spaceship, and the audio made it to Halo 4 in the shutdown level. To trigger the cameo, you would need to stand close to two dock workers for some minutes for their dialogue to begin. If you didn't know that, now you know. Okay. I know this video is like super long, but before, like, we're gonna have to look into the ET one. We are definitely gonna have to figure that out. There's people still selling them, by the way, on Amazon, and this one has a 4.4 stars. What the? You know what? I don't know. Maybe it was like why it has good reviews now. Maybe it was not well received back then, but now. Okay. The ET extraterrestrial for the Atari 2600 was a commercial flop and a gaming disaster. Based loosely on Steven Spielberg's 1982 blockbuster of the same name, the game was a confusing mess that left players frustrated and disoriented. Millions of copies went unsold, and Atari ended up literally burying the game by dumping many surplus cartridges into a New Mexico landfill. Oh wow. That is crazy that they actually did that. And just kind of tells about his, life. It's a crazy long story, just basically talking about the process and stuff like that. Oh, I do see the games. This is what it looks like in the landfill. Okay. And the creator said it hurt. I mean, it hurt to hear that people aren't liking my game. Well, that makes me very sad. And with that, I hope you are sad as well. You're welcome. Board game developers, I feel like sometimes, of course, it's very easy to see that there are some games out there that are just